Hi there, today we're unboxing a wireless IP camera. So this particular one, so details are in the description below for anyone thinking of purchasing. So let's take a quick look around the packaging. So it comes in a nice compact box, writing all in Chinese. If I come around here, some details regarding the camera. So it supports a resolution of 1080p. It's got a microphone built in, and that indication is PTZ, night vision, and you've got playback on there as well. More writing in Chinese and some bits in English. So this one supports 2.4G Wi-Fi, and in terms of storage cards, you could put a micro SD card up to 64 gig in there. Okay, so that's all there is. Let's open it up and see what you get in the packaging. Okay, so I've laid out all the items you get in the packaging, so let me quickly go through them one by one. So initially you've got a user manual, and just to note, this is all in Chinese, so really disappointed by that. They should have given an English version. Okay, next you've got a power cable, and this is USB to micro USB, and cable wise the quality feels good, and in terms of length you get 1.8 meters. Then you've got some fixtures to enable you to mount the actual camera. So it's a plate here, you just got two screws, you just attach it, and then the camera from underneath just sort of clicks into it like so, and it just stays in position. So you can mount it, for instance, on a ceiling. Then you've got a power brick, and just to show, if I can come in close enough, 5 volts 1 amp. So this is no good to me, so in the UK can't use this, so I can just use another one that I have, or I can use a travel adapter to test this out. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual camera. So build wise, it feels good, tough plastic all the way around. Size wise, very compact. It's 10.5 centimeters in height by around 7 centimeters wide at the biggest point here. And in terms of connections, you've got the micro USB point here to power it. Then you've got a speaker there. If I come around here, not sure you're going to be able to see this clearly. There you go. Just there, there's a small hole for a microphone. You've got the lens obviously there. And if I push up, micro SD card goes in there, and there's a reset button. So quite cool. And obviously motorized, so you can control it. If I cover the bottom area up, so you've got a QR code probably used just to add it in, and you've got some rubber feet here. And if you look at the side, this is where you can use this bracket to attach it somewhere, so on a ceiling or on the side of a wall, for example. So there you go, pretty good so far. Okay, so let's make a start at setting up this Wi-Fi camera. So very straightforward. Initially, let's plug in a micro SD card. So I've got one here, a 32 gig one. And looking at the image on there, it goes this way around. So if I just push that in, see it's quite a small gap there, so you do have to come in quite close. There you go, that's in. Next thing is, let's plug in the power into the camera. So at the back here, plug that in. And then finally, with this end, I just plug that into the power brick we actually got with the camera. Now, to be able to use this, I've actually got a travel adapter here that will enable me to plug this in. So very straightforward. UK, obviously plug on this side, and on the other side I can just put this straight in. It's quite useful to be able to test these type of items out. And I won't plug it in just yet, only because let's get the app set up for this next. Okay, so let's make a start at setting up the app. So I've got my Android phone here. I'm going to click on Play Store, and I'm going to search for Xiaomi Home. So I've got Xiaomi there, and Xiaomi Home is a top one. If I click on that and click install, let's give it a moment to install. Okay, so the app's installed. Let's click open. Okay, next, terms and conditions here, and if you want to join the user experience improvement program, so I'll untick that for now. Let's agree and continue. Next, you want to pick your country and region, so I'll type in United, and there you go, United Kingdom. Let's click save on that, and it needs access to the storage on my phone, so let's click allow. And the next thing is I need to sign up, so let me create an account off camera and we can continue after that. Okay, so I've created an account, and let's sign in now. Okay, let's give it a moment. Okay, so it's signed in now, and this is what I'm presented with, and there's no devices added currently. Obviously I've not used this, and let's make a start at adding the device. So if I click add device here, and it's requesting to turn on Bluetooth for nearby devices, so let's do turn on. Okay, so next it requires me to turn on location services. So if I go here, permissions, turn on location, give it permissions to that. Okay, so now if I click add device and click at the bottom, just the one here, show me iLab home security camera basic, so that's this one, and I'll select it. Next we need to turn on the camera, so if I plug it in now, and let's give it a moment to initialize, and we want to hear a voice prompt on there. Okay, so it looks like we're ready for a config on there. So if we look at the picture on the actual app, it's saying, obviously, if you don't hear anything, you can hold on to the reset button for about 3 seconds, and then you'll get the actual notification that it's ready for config. And obviously, the sounds are all in Chinese, so just got to bear with this. So, okay, let's click next to that. Next, I need to enter in my Wi-Fi password, so let me do that off camera. Okay, so I've entered in my Wi-Fi password. Let me click OK. And I'll agree to the agreement. Next, it's going to present a QR code. So let me display that to the camera. Okay, so I'm just going to take the phone and hold it in front of the camera. There you go. Looks like it's picked up the config, and I've clicked next on the app. So now it's trying to connect to the network. There you go, it's added. Simple as that. Let's click skip on select a room. So I'm not too bothered about that. Device name, you can rename it if you wanted to. Let's click next to that. And then you can share a device as well with other people. So let's just get started with this. Okay, I've read the software license and service agreement and privacy policy. Agree to that. And there you go. If I now click on there, click there, and let's move the camera. There you go. That was quite pain-free to set up. Let's go through the actual options we have available now then. So in the top right hand corner, you've got 3 dots. If I click on there, you've got camera settings. If I go on there, there's a status light on the front. So if I bring the camera here, you can see the blue light there. So you can turn that off if you wanted. You've got a data usage warning on there. You've got sleep settings, so you can actually set it to sleep certain periods. Image settings, so a watermark, or you can rotate the image as well. So for instance, if you've installed the camera on a ceiling, you can actually rotate it so the image looks correct. Okay, next you've got night vision settings. You can turn this off or leave it on permanently, so that's quite useful. So if you pointed it to a window indoors and looking outside, if it was nighttime, the infrared would reflect off the window, so turning it off is a good option to enable you to see out. Okay, let's go back, and then you've got restart device at the bottom. Let's go back from there. You've got home monitoring, so I turn that on. Okay, monitoring time, alert sensitivity, alarm, interval, okay, and you can be alerted if there's any sort of activity. Let's go back. Manage storage, so obviously recording mode is always record. You can change it to only record when motion detected and end recording. Okay, SD card status, this is what it's saying. We've got some data on there, maybe an idea just to hit format on there. Okay, so that's successfully formatted. If I go back from there, you've got NAS storage. Okay, the storage location isn't available. Okay, so it seems you could in theory record directly to a NAS device. Okay, next is automation. So you have automation available as part of the app. So you can say if a certain condition happens, then do a certain action. So if I click on add, you can set a time. And then if I go back on that, the only actions are sleep and wake, as you see there. Okay, so you can set it to go to sleep during a certain period and wake up. Okay, next if I go back and back again, we can go to share device. You can share the device with other people. Okay, next we've got general settings. So these, you can rename the device, for instance. Security settings, okay, require password to view. Probably worth doing that if you're going to use this. Check for firmware updates, that's the current version. Remove device, you can add to the add home screen shortcut. That's quite good actually. So you could add it on your phone as a quick shortcut. Network info, that will give you IP address details. Time zone, you can set a time zone on there. Feedback, user agreement, and privacy policy, and that's it. Okay, let's go back, and then you've got help. Let's click on that just to see what you get. Okay, FAQ, so frequently asked questions. Okay, let's go back, and that's all the options you have in that one. Next, you've got a speaker icon. It's off at the moment, and if I speak, there you go. It's actually picking up what's being said around the camera. So let's mute that. Next, you've got a button to take a snapshot. So you can see just there, it's taken one. Then you've got a record option. If you hit that, it will just start recording. Auto, okay, that's the actual video quality. So let's take it up to HD. And then full screen option in there. So if I click that, there you go. That's what you're presented with there. Okay, if I go back from there and look at the bottom, you've got the controls for actually maneuvering the camera. Okay, then you've got a button here for playback. So obviously that's playing back what's been recorded on there. Okay, then you've got monitoring. Okay, this is, if I click on there, shortcut straight to that monitoring option. Obviously that's on, and that will alert you if there's any movement. And here there's some movement it's already picked up on when it moved. Playback, obviously you can pick a date and time for playback. Voice call, so you can talk via it as well. So if someone's in the room, you can talk to them. So if I click there, you need to give access to the microphone. Okay, let me go to permissions. Microphone's now turned on. Let's try again. Testing 1 2 3. There you go. Simple as that. Photo album, you see the pictures you've taken on there, and then shortcut. So you can sleep, calibrate the camera, and pop-up window. And that's it. Simple as that to set up and configure. If I go back just to show, that's the camera there. If I click back into it, give it a moment, and there you go. Very easy to set up and to maneuver with the camera. Okay, so next let's test out remote connectivity. So you can see in the corner on my phone, I've connected to Wi-Fi. If I drop that down, turn off Wi-Fi, give it a moment, let it connect to 4G. Looks like it's connected now, and I'll click on video camera. Pausing, you're using mobile, I can just hit the play button, and let's try moving it, and there you go. Yeah, so cloud-based connectivity on there, and no ports to open on your router. So works quite well, and in terms of responsiveness, it is quite responsive. Okay, so this is a sample recording with a recording of the microphone as well. So the sound you're hearing is the microphone picking up noise in the room. So if I walk slightly closer, hopefully the sound should get louder, give you an idea of the level of sound it can actually pick up on the camera. Okay, so you've seen the unboxing and setup of this wireless IP camera by Xiaomi. Couple of things disappointed me with the actual package. The fact that the instructions are in Chinese and the power brick is not for the UK. So not a major thing, but if you're a newbie to these things, it can be a bit confusing. But luckily, we've managed to get it going and very straightforward. Cable quality was good in terms of the actual power supply. Camera itself was really good. So build quality is good. You've got the pan and tilt options on this, so motorized. And you've got the ability to have night vision. You can turn off the night vision as well, so you can point out a window and look out without the infrared lights reflecting on there. In terms of remote connectivity, you can remotely connect without opening any ports on your router, and picture quality is 1080p. So there you go. Hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing this. Details are in the description below. Thanks for viewing, and don't forget to like and subscribe.